go ahead and say that I know that the same person is subscribing over and over and over again, and that I really don't need fake subscriptions. That being said, I made an itinerary for some apologies to and for some things and people, and that's all I wrote on the script. I didn't really write down how I was going to go about it or any of the lines. I just wrote down what to apologize to and for. So here it goes. I apologize to the creators of Dark Souls and Elden Ring. They're very good games. They stayed very good, and the whole idea, that a game should be difficult is a very good cornerstone for a video game. In fact, I'd argue that artistic integrity is allegedly omniimportant, just like JonTron would say. I apologize to the Pokemon Company and Game Freak. I really should have just checked with them about making something around their likeness. I also should have checked with people whose creative forms I made up around. That's probably going to be apologized for later, or maybe you could just look in the credits in my About Me for now, unless I took that down. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to change Far Waystar from an Eevee to a Fox. I'm not going to strip her of her past. What's done is done, and I apologize for it. I want to make up for it. But I'm going to have to do some research to figure out exactly what kind of fox to make her, and how that would translate to a model in something that can be used for a fashion or style for animation or something. Because a lot of my audience seems to be into animation for some reason. And if I don't have the right reference, I could get the scenario really wrong. I'm not going to make it a fox that is exactly like an Eevee, because it clearly doesn't have stats that line up like one. A typical one, anyway. But I'm going to work to research biologically what kind of fox would best fit for the character being what it will be. I know a cease and desist is in the works. I know its paperwork is ready as I speak. And I don't want to make people file paperwork. It's really not necessary. I'm just gonna repent right here. At least in the eyes of the law. I'm gonna try to make do, and I'm going to try to make up for what I did. I'm really sorry. I do like your games. I understand that you don't run a farm or something where the need inspires you guys to really work hard. And that's okay. That's okay. I understand that. Sometimes people drop the ball on a couple games. I'm not holding that against you. I'm just saying that I'm sorry for what I did. I apologize to Rainbow Dash 27 of PlayStation Network. I know I should have handled the character a little bit better. Maybe developed her a little better. And I know the statue was mine by request, but I know that I kinda added forms to it, and that people rarely, if ever, see the base form now. That's not fair. I really should introduce people to the design a little bit better. So whatever fox I pick, I'm gonna copy the fur pattern and just copy paste the colors right onto that fox. I'm not gonna pick Evie Brown because, well, obviously that's probably part of a trademark or a patent or something. But also, I understand the worth of something, the value of an island and the value of $1. To a degree. And I just sincerely apologize to the Pokemon Company, Game Freak, and to RS27. I did have plans to make the character a little bit strong here and there, but you know. Also, putting in a stand-in for a person in particular without their permission or request, it wasn't nice. I'm going to see what I can do about that. I guess this is also a batch apology for anybody else I've included in this scenario, because I really shouldn't put people into scenarios without figuring out what to do. Also, there's the case of Little Big Planet 2 way back when I asked a bunch of people if they'd like to be part of a series or something. Actually, whoever you guys are out there, hello. And also, just roll a 20-sided die, and if it lands on a 5 or lower, I guess Eevee defeated you, I guess. It doesn't have to be something special in order to be included. I'm just, apologizing. A series can be anything. It can be a dice roll, or it can be like a 100 episode scenario. But yeah, to those PlayStation Network people I've long forgotten the usernames of, I am also sorry to you guys. I apologize to YouTube. Personally, I'm bad at scheduling. I don't think that's going to change. But I can inform people that I am bad at scheduling, so that they don't take me as seriously. There's this one person in particular that's in my posts that is a real stickler for making sure that I mean what I say. I don't like to make promises. I know that makes these apologies look empty, but the only reason why I don't like to make promises is because, well, it's an excuse to give people more consequences for what they did. Like, say I have to do something and it conflicts with a promise, well, then that's just consequences right there. So I don't like to make promises. It's just how it is about that. But that's a totally different story. I'm trying to stay on topic here about apologies. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to clarify that schedules are more of a gray area than a guarantee. And currently, I don't really control my own schedule anyway. Sometimes I have to go somewhere, sometimes I don't. So, there's that too. Apologies to Lauren of the future. Although I don't agree with you on basically what you are hiding as a remark that you said to me, I can understand the temptation. I know I haven't been the most direct person, but I know I haven't been the most ungullible person, if that makes any sense. I'll try to fix what I did. I don't think we can be friends again, but I don't think I'm going to change hobbies just because you said so, either. I know how it is to try to keep an image. It's clean and spick and span. It's really hard to do. I get it. I really get it. And I know that it's hard to find an introvert that likes to follow the rules or do what they're told or do things before they're told. And I get that. I get that. Thing is, if you didn't give orders, nobody would really do anything anyway because, well, if they don't have the fact that you gave an order to fall back on, you can just say that you don't take responsibility for anything. So, yeah, there's that. I also apologize to Secret Dragon 257. If you want to ban people from your Minecraft servers or whatever, that's your business. I don't even care. And I think that's everything. I will try to fix what I did. It's not a guarantee, but at least I'm being sincere. And at least I got the itinerary done. And at least I've gotten the gist of it figured out. I know this is weird. I know this is strange. I know this isn't a typical video. I know I'm just talking on end. And yeah. Also, just in case I happen to turn into one of those very jealous people, to those of you that I do that to, I'm apologizing in advance because from the metrics I've seen, a lot of people turn into that lately. And just in case I have turned into that or will turn into that, I might as well apologize for that too and get it out of the way, even if it's not on the itinerary on the script. So, yeah. I guess we should do a moment of silence for our fallen heroes, I guess. I don't know. If there's anybody else I need to apologize to, feel free to tell me. Thing is, a lot of people come up with similar ideas when it comes to lore and whatever. So, I kind of went into a sort of triggered extroversion phase where I just write down random comments or type out random comments. that happens when you're introduced to a lot of conversation where you're not allowed to put any output whatsoever. I was basically treated like a guy that had to be kept busy for the sake of being kept from a hobby. This next apology is kinda half-baked, but, well, I do sort of want to be a PNG tuber, but not for an agency of any sort whatsoever. At all. I think there's a sort of middle ground where I'm sort of a PNG tuber, but not technically. But I'll have to keep myself posted, just in case. Another issue? I'm not going to change my picture that I use for my profile on DeviantArt. The reason being, I feel like the branding is just correct there. And no, I don't mean that people have a habit of doing awful things because they happen to be in the shape of a Kirby or a squirrel or a humanoid squirrel. Okay? I mean, it seems to fit from a certain angle. Okay? The branding just feels right. I'll try to clarify that as much as I can, but I'm sorry if somebody believes that, or even pretends to believe with their 300 IQ or something, that I just happen to be involved in a certain way. Well, I guess I should shout out a certain channel at this point, but this channel does shoutouts way too often as it is, and contacts other channels way too often as it is as well. So I think I'm going to take a break from that and just sort of shout them out later. A much later video or a much later post than right now. Okay? Okay. I guess that's everything. I can forget to change, so I'm going to be sincere here. If it takes too long, or if because I said I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do it, then hold me to it. Okay? I'm not going to promise it, but just hold me to it anyway. Thanks.